Hi there, I'm Sierra from Western Digital Support, and we have identified a firmware issue that can cause the SanDisk Extreme Portable SSD V2 4TB model, the SanDisk Extreme Pro Portable SSD V2 1, 2, and 4TB models, and the WD My Passport SSD 4TB model products to unexpectedly disconnect from their devices under certain conditions. To address this issue, we've developed a firmware updater tool. In this video, we'll cover how to solve the issue on a macOS computer. If you're using a computer running Windows, please refer to the video linked in the description. Before we get started, make sure that you're using a Mac that's running 13 Ventura, 12 Monterey, or 11 Big Sur. You can double check by clicking your Apple menu icon and selecting About This Mac. Also, be sure to create and verify a backup of all critical data to another location or device before updating the firmware on any drive. Now let's move on to the firmware update process. To begin, connect the drive to an available USB port on your macOS computer. Next, click on the link provided in the description to access the SanDisk and WD firmware update tool. Make sure that you're downloading the correct firmware updater package for your specific SSD model. Once the download is complete, go to your Downloads folder. If you're updating a SanDisk Extreme Portable SSD V2 or a SanDisk Extreme Pro Portable SSD V2, locate the SanDisk Security Mac.zip file. Double-click it to unzip. Then double-click on the SanDisk Security file to start the installation process. If you're updating a WD My Passport SSD, locate the WD Security Mac.zip file. Double-click on it to unzip. Then double-click on the WD Security file to start the installation process. During the firmware update process, a security prompt will appear asking if you want to run a file downloaded from the internet. Click Open to proceed. Next, carefully read the End User License Agreement and check the box to agree with the terms. Then click Install and enter your administrative username and password when prompted. This step grants the necessary permissions for the firmware update. After entering your password, click OK to proceed with the installation. Once the process is complete, click Finish. Now open Finder and select Applications on the left panel. Locate and double-click on the SanDisk Security or WD Security icon. Within the SanDisk or WD Security application, click Check for Firmware Update, located on the lower left corner. Click Update Firmware to begin the update process. During the firmware update process, different messages may appear based on your drive and firmware status. Let's go through the potential messages and what they mean. If you see Firmware Update is available, it means that a firmware update is available for your device. If you see Firmware updated successfully or device is up to date, this means that your device is up to date. If you've just performed the update, remember to reconnect your drive for the update to take effect. If you see no compatible devices detected by macOS, this suggests that you might be using the wrong updater and macOS doesn't detect a compatible device. If you encounter this message, make sure that you're using the correct updater, and also try safely ejecting, disconnecting, and reconnecting your drive. Once the update is complete, click OK to acknowledge the update status. For the update to take effect, we'll need to safely eject your SSD. Locate the drive in Finder and click on the eject icon right next to it. Wait for the drive to disappear. Now disconnect and reconnect your drive to your computer. And that's all it takes to update the firmware for your SanDisk or WD SSD device on a macOS computer. We hope this video was helpful. For more how-tos and tips, visit us online at westerndigital.com/support. Thanks for watching.